And now it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce someone to you who has 100% of the information. Someone who's having a lot of fun helping a lot of people. Someone who is no stranger to the financial industry, a financial advisor, a U.S. Army major, retired, the creator of the cash out strategy, the BYOB cash out strategy. We call her the trade whisperer. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tasha M Dyer. Miss Dyer, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. And thank you so much, Mr. Love Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not had the distinct pleasure of sitting with Mr. Phillips, of hearing him at one of our BYOB expos here in Jacksonville, Florida area, you definitely want to make sure that you do that. So once again, thank you so much, Mr. Phillips. Now, I see a few of you all dropping in the chat. I like to know, where are you calling in from? Drop it in the chat. This is BYOB Worldwide. We are worldwide. Drop it in the chat and let me know where you're calling in from. Drop it in the chat. There we go. Because, well, we have Toronto, Canada, Vegas. Thank you and good night. Kissimmee, Florida, Hollywood, Florida, Maryland, New Orleans, NOLA. How you doing, Ali? Georgia, Miami, Tampa, Georgia, Augusta. See, here we go. You drop it in the chat. Now, what I need everybody to do is also, let's get our mindset right. Because tonight, the information that I'm going to share with you, it is time for us to take the BYOB challenge. So I need everyone. There we go. It's coming in the chat. I am a master trader and all my trades end in profit. I am a master trader and all my trades end in profit. So you now at this point have a skill set. Keep it coming. You now at this point have a skill set. You have a skill set. We're learning a strategy. We're working through a strategy called the BYOB Cash Out. Some of you all are mastering the strategy. Some of you are even compounding. The compounding sheet's been posted for a while, but how do I use that? What is risk management? How do I do that? How do I keep my money? So that's what we are tonight. It's about you accepting a challenge to be your own bank. Now, I'm going to tell you just how, hey, Baton Rouge, okay, hey. So I'm going to tell you just how important that is, because sometimes we have to take a step back to take a step forward. We got to look back to understand. We got to know where we've been and know where we're going. And one of the biggest things that's out there right now, and I want to put you in the right mindset, and I want to help you understand, because it's a lot of people out there right now talking about raising the minimum wage. And we'll get in political debates, and that's not what this is about. But this is about a reality check. It's about a reality check. It's so funny that I was planning this call tonight, and in my timeline, Facebook, in my timeline, I had actually posted an old pay stub before, but that was before this mental shift that I'm on. And so I shared it today on Facebook. And understand, at my minimum wage, see, people want $15 an hour right now. $15 an hour. But you're not understanding the impact, the total impact that has when you account for inflation. People say they want a decent living wage. So how do I get that? You can't make more money. There's no such thing as making more money. You have to position yourself to where the money is. You have to move yourself to where the money is. So let me make sure everybody's muted. And so this industry trades at $6.6 trillion a day. That is $6.6 trillion a day. And I'm telling you, because when I looked at my old pay stub, I was excited. That was back in 91, and it was $425. And my raise, I got the raise from $385 an hour to $425 an hour because minimum wage went up. I remember that, because I was mad that I had been working and getting my little 5-cent raises, every so many months when it jumped to everybody. So all the new people came in and had 425 as well. And when they didn't fluctuate for our income. So I want you to think about that for a moment. And right now, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. It's $7.25. Hear me. What can you do with $7.25? We're going to put that on the chart too in just a moment. Well, what can I do with $7.25? And you have to position yourself to where the money is. So if raising it from $4.25 over some time to $7.25 didn't do anything, you started at $3.35, it's depressing to think about that, right? So if thinking about that did not do anything, and look how long it took for us to go from $4.25 to $7.25. That's $3. And that was in 91. And where we are right now, we're in 19. So look how long that took. So don't you think you owe yourself, don't you think you owe it to yourself to not only learn the skill set, to position yourself and put yourself in profit? Don't you think you owe yourself to create your own value, and then owe yourself to understand how to keep your money? How do I maximize and how do I turn that into something? So tonight, we're going to start this call out with you accepting the challenge to be your own bank. You have to accept the challenge to be your own bank. That is what this means. So today is officially your day one. And that's why I'm looking in the chat and I see I'm a master trader and all my trades and in profit, and stay in my bank account. Stay in my bank account. That's so important. But how do you want it to stay in your bank account? How does it do that? So let me share my screen. And thank you all. I see the comments coming through. When I tell you I really, really love and appreciate you guys, I really, really do. So we want this money to stay in my bank account. We want to maximize. We don't want to over leverage, and I love how you go interact in the chat. And then one of the things that was said in there today was about somebody using, you want to do it because you need the money, you want the money, you got to have the money, right? That's some of the things that I've heard. And you got to understand, I want the money too, but the skill set is what's going to keep it in your account. And one of the responses was so on point. You got to have money. It's something to the effect of you got to have money in order to keep money, in order to trade it. So if I am blowing my account, if I'm doing anything like that because I'm over leveraging, because I'm not doing this properly, then you're not going to have the money in your account to be able to do what you need to do. So it's so important. And then also, as we start going into this trading, I'm going to shift the dynamics, because I was told, not by my mentor, I want to set the record straight, but I was told by someone, don't worry about it, you will blow your account. And I want to rebuke those statements because I know some of you all have heard that too. I've seen some of you all say it. You'll blow your account. It's supposed to happen. But what it does is it give you the wrong mindset. I'm not saying you will never not have a positive trade. What I'm saying is life and death in the power of the tongue. It's life in what you speak. And if I walk into it with an expectancy of blowing my account, if I do something, if I do mess up, if I do anything of that nature, then what did I learn? Or do I go back in and do the same thing again? Do I adjust? Do I make the proper and necessary adjustments so it does not happen again? No, you don't. And I've been there. That's why I'm sharing this with you, because there's that expectancy in your mindset that was what was supposed to happen. So now you feel like, okay, I did it. It's out of the way. So now let me go back. But you didn't make any adjustments. You didn't do anything to set the record straight. So that's where I want you. And that's why this is so important. Now, when you get to your component chart, so we start with your mindset. So everybody's mindset is on a master trader. Everybody's mindset is I've accepted the challenge to be my own bank. So now we have this compounding chart, and I'm going to re-upload this because I did make a few changes. I did make a few changes on here. So give me a number. Anybody, what would you start your account with? Tell me, what would you start your account with? Because this is personalized. This is personalized. What I have on here, okay, so we want to start low today. We can do that too. So what I have on here is $500, but I see a lot, and I'm gonna pull them both up. I see quite a few 50, 100, 200s. So we'll start there. And so I want to show you how this chart works. And I definitely want to show you how this works. So we'll start with 100 to kind of meet you all in the middle, and then I'll do a larger number. So if I want to start with $100, and you don't have a high risk tolerance, okay? You don't have a high risk tolerance. Oh, I gotta be able to put this in here. Okay, hold on. Why is it freezing up on me? Okay, so 3%, okay, 3%, because I don't have a high risk tolerance. So yes, I made a few changes, so I'm going to re-upload this. But what I want you to see is that you actually, on this sheet, you actually can drop in how much money you are starting your account with and the percentage that you want to grow at. Now, this is actually your profit goal from a trade. This will be your profit goal from a trade. So you notice that we start you where? We start you at scalping on the 15-minute chart. And this is why. This is why this is so important. I'm going to walk you through this too. So this, you see my take profit of 10 pips. Then you got to take profit of, this is about up to 73. And then of course you get higher. Now you notice that here I am. I'm on my first trade. Now this is per trade. You see this says trade, not day. So my first trade at 100, you see I started my account with $100. Then I'm at 3%. You can adjust it. Some of you are higher risk takers, but I'm gonna start with 3% and then we'll go higher. So, and then you see it gives me a lot size. So my lot size should be 0.03. That is the value that I give each pip is 0.03. Now, you notice that this is zeroed out. So what that means is I should not be taking any trades over 10 pips at this point because this is proper risk management. So yes, it's exciting when we're on a call like this morning and when we got back on a 9 o'clock call and it's telling me, guess what? We made over 150 pips on the GBP pairs this morning. But don't get caught up in the excitement. Remember, we're trading non-emotional. Do not get caught up in that excitement because we are trading non-emotional. So here I am at 3.03 per lot size, but I'm not trading above that. It is not, according to this chart, I cannot get into, until I'm on my 8th trade, I cannot do over 10 pips until I'm on my 8th trade. And then I start at a 0.01. My lot size for the higher time frames are never the same for 10 pips. So if I'm going for more than 10 pips, my lot size should never be it should never be the same. So if I'm a swing trader, if I'm an intraday trader, and if I'm a scalper, my lot size should always be different. And what this sheet does is it keeps you in that. It keeps you balanced out according to your risk level, according to your risk management. And you notice that you are not even over 10 pips. It's not until I have at $378 in my account do I increase my lot size to 0.02. So are you guys with me right now? So this is what we call proper risk management. This is what we call proper risk management. And this is going to help you because what this does is it accounts for this stop loss. It definitely accounts for this stop loss. So you see this stop loss on this is 15 to 20 pips. And then you see that as you get higher, it's 20 to 25 and 25 to 30. So, but our stop loss on most currency pairs are not even 20 pips. And I'll show you that as well, but it's not even 20 pips. But if you are after 125 positive trades, and so understand you want to demo, let me put my demo plug in here right now. You want to demo, and you want to demo because you want to make sure you understand the strategy. You want to make sure that you have at least 30 trades ended in profit. When I say 92% accuracy rate that's back tested, that should be your 92%. So you should have that accuracy rate as well. But you want to at least be looking for those 30 trades. Those 30 trades in your demo account. You should be practicing compounding in your demo account. Your demo account should not be the demo account on MetaTrader 4. It should be the demo account with the broker that you plan on trading with. So when you notice that when I get down to the bottom, after 125 trades, I have now profited $4,000, over $4,000. You see this number right here. So, haha, you beat me to it. If you got more than one trade open, okay? If you got more than one trade open, like let's say if you look at what this says, for more than one trade, divide lot size by number of desired daily trades. So if I got 3 trades open, then they would be at a 0.01 for where I'm starting from. So if I'm trading 3 trades, they'll be at a 0.01. And I can guarantee you most of us, including myself, did not start this way. But we're shifting that dynamic. We are shifting that thought process because you are master traders. And if I operate within the rules and regulations of my job, if I operate within compliance of my job, so I can make sure I get my check every 2 weeks, that's why I started out with talking about those checks. How many of us get a check or got a check? And in order to keep that check, we had to operate within somebody else's rules or guidelines or regulations. So in order for you to keep that check, then you want to operate as well because you want to keep your check. So you can still, we can have that conversation offline. Let's have that conversation. Tiffany, message me. So it's your risk management. You have to look at this. Like I can't tell you 3%. So you have to look at this and say, what do you want? Because some people do 5%. Some people do 5%. So if I change this to 5%, okay, look at my lot size. My lot size increased to 0.05. And now you see I made $5. I made $5 a trade. I profited $5. And then the next trade I profited $5.25. The next trade I profited $5.51. See, and that's going to increase. And it's not a laugh out loud for $50. Let's put it in there. It's not a laugh out loud. That's legitimately what some people do. And I literally before we posted this one, there was one that I created and I took $50 and I turned that into $2,000. So you can, just to show everyone that it works. So just to show everyone that it doesn't matter where you're starting from, it works. And you can, regardless, you have the opportunity to profit and be in profit. So now, but this is the one I like right now because you can tailor this. Everybody can tailor this to their personality, to their risk management, their actual account balance. All you have to do is plug the number in. So if I started with $50 and I have a 5% growth, I want 5%. You notice where I'm starting at a 0.03. But you notice I'm touching, I'm 10 pips and I'm out. I'm 10 pips max. So that means that I might do 5 pips per trade. That even though I say, oh, hey, it's a 10 pip trade, you might just do 10. You might do 5. You might do 3. You might do 7. But understand that until you get 10, you don't move up. So if I do 5, then that's 2 trades. So if I do 5 pips, then it's 2 trades. I need to profit. This needs to be my account balance before. So you're looking at your actual account balance right here. This is what you're looking at. You're looking at that account balance. That's what you need to be looking at, is that account balance. So And if you start with 50 at a 5%, 125 trades later, you have $22,000. Well, over $22,000. If I decrease my risk, I wouldn't, with $50, I wouldn't suggest you go to high risk. I decrease my risk. Then at the end of it, I'm actually gonna be at the $2,000. Yes, I made a change to it, so I'm gonna re-upload it to Facebook. So after this call, it'll be in the Facebook group. Is compounded using trade 1 and 2 for the same trade? That's twin trading. That's twin trading. So this is per trade. So if you are trying to twin trade, then, for example, what you have to do is if you are trying to twin trade, then you need to go to 0.0. Like, let's say if I was getting started and you see that's at a 0.02, then I need to go to a 0.01, 0.01. And it's actually right here. For more than one trade, divide the lot size by the number of desired daily trades. So if I'm twin trading, then I need a twin trade. Now, also, if you're using this trailing stop loss, I've covered this on a trailing stop loss. So they use micro pips. So you have to add that 0 to the end. So it actually counts that pipette. It actually counts that pipette. So if I see it and you go to your trailing stop loss, and once you get to this column right here, and I go to my trailing stop loss, then I need to in turn I have to add the 0 to the end. So 10 would not be 10, that actually is 1. So I will have to make this trailing stop loss 100. And when I covered the trailing stop loss, I actually covered that. So for the ones that somebody said $750, you notice on those lower amounts, I didn't go to high growth percentage, and that was intentional because some of you are higher risk takers, but I want you to work on growing your account and making sure you understand the skill set. So if I start my account with $750 at a growth of 3%, you see I start my lot size out at 0.23. That's where I start my lot size at. And if I change that to 5%, okay, I start my lot size at 0.38. Look at the significant difference for over 10 pips. So I'm only going for 10 pips. That's a 0.38. If I'm going for more than 10 pips, it's a 0.05. So just keep that in mind, that you should not be trading the same lot size. You should definitely not be trading that same lot size. So this is why when you see a few people that are doing a few trades a day, you have people that are literally doing a few trades a day, scalping 10 pips, cashing out, and that's all they're doing. They're not attempting to swing trade, to intraday trade. Yes, I get excited. When I first started trading, my goal was 20 pips a day. That was my goal, 20 pips a day. Wish I knew this then. But then I went from that to 200. We're talking about pips right now. Those are points. And crypto, yes, it's still gonna apply, but you just have to apply it with calculating the points. So, but crypto is pips as well. But so then when, I went to 200, but when I got to 200, I was excited about 200 pips, but did not understand compounding. And so, but I was making money because I was getting 200 pips a day. But how do you maximize that to where you can literally become your own bank? And that's when we talk about 1 million families financially educated and impacted, it is 1 million families. And so we do that by teaching you everything, by sharing with you everything. So this is risk management. This is part of risk management. That's what this is. So, and you want to make sure you keep your stop loss in confluence with that as well. So this kind of touches on, you got your personal goals. This actually touches on this part touches on that minimum wage. This touches on how much money people are making. It's just to kind of give you that visual. So if you got a job where you're making $100 a day, right, $500 a week, you literally have to be making $12.50 an hour. So you look at, I just told you 125 trades. That's either 125 days, You can do 5 trades a day. Nobody's telling you how many trades you have to take a day. You can do 1 a day. You can do 5 a day. You can do 3 a day. It's all up to you. But I just showed you that you can make $2,000, right? You can do that. So $10,000 weekly. Just think about it. If you did the 750, whatever your daily goal is, look at what that is an hour. So when you start making that you literally have 40-hour work week is $250 an hour. So this is just to paint the picture, and you can play with these numbers. So let's say if you made $50 a day, you know, it's going to change it. Now you have to manually calculate. You got to manually calculate the hours. But if think about it, $7.25 is minimum wage. 40 hours a week, that's $290 a week. So this is not that far off. This is not that far off. So I'm gonna just give you $60 a day, $300 a week, and $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month. Over $1,400 a year. That's minimum wage. So that's you think about that. That's $58 a day. But we know it's not $1,250. This is because it's not a calculation in here. But we just told you that. I mean, you think about that. That's $7.25 an hour. So that's the federal minimum wage. I'm gonna change this back to 100 because we wanna. But that's what that is. And so then we talk about a trading journal. You want to journal. You want to actually journal. So you can adjust this for your daily goals as well. So day 1, what do I want to make a day? Because remember, you can just want to make 1 trade a day. You might want to make 5 trades a day. What is it that you want to make daily? And you can in turn come over here because you want to document it so you can see it. And I can guarantee you your trades are better. Your trades are better, cough, cough, hint, hint, when you write it down, when you document it, because you can see when you're taking notes. So yes, I'd have another one that I use outside of this on an Excel spreadsheet, because from when I take the trade, the session I take the trade in, right? It's the trade, the session you take the trade in. I have my pip size, right? My lot size, and how many pips I grab. And then I also have notes. So remember, you want to develop your relationship with the market. You want to develop that relationship with the market. You want to know when is your prime opportunity for trading. You want to know what currency pair that you do the best in. Those are the things that you want to know, because you see me talking a lot about GBP pairs, but then somebody else might not like GBP. So you might like USD. You know, you might like JPY, but you have to understand your relationship with the market and your best trading session. So you have to figure that out for yourself. That's why I never answer those questions when someone asks me, what's a good time to trade? Because I've literally talked with somebody that I know is doing extremely well trading, and we all like trading at different times. It's about 2 or 3 people that I have a great relationship with that are trading as well, and we'll have certain conversations, and we all trade at different times. So it's not about when you need the market to be moving, but you want to understand what's your prime opportunity, what's your prime time for trading, and you do that by developing your relationship with the market. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Oh, you want a template of my trading journal? So that's easy. That's too easy. So this is what this is. So that's too easy. I can put a template out there for you all. So day 1, $30. Let's say I made $30. Actually, day 2, I might have made, because remember, we're compounding, so your days should be getting greater. But let's just say I made $35. Then you turn around, I made $50. I made $55. Who knows what I said? But you see, the key is setting goals. It's setting goals. You want goals. Then maybe I was busy that day, so I didn't even just touch it. But what you see is I put those numbers in there. It's BYOB Cash Out is the Facebook group. If somebody could drop that in the chat, Drop that and the Telegram in the chat. Make sure everybody's in that and the Telegram. The Facebook group and the Telegram. I greatly appreciate it. So you see, these are my trading days, and this is what I actually made. So I just punched some numbers in there. And you see it's going to add it up for you, and it's going to give you your total earnings. But you want to keep track of this. You definitely want to keep track of this. And then I got my tips for checking the news. Start with the 15-minute chart and build to the other time frames, which is confirmed with this. It's confirmed right here. And because you hear me stress that on my calls. You hear me stress that on my calls. The perfect setup is always check the stochastic first, then the Hikinashi candles and the PSR flip. Use time frame confluence. Cash out with 10 pips and increase as you learn market structure. So increase as you learn market structure. But that's what that is. Now, if I started with $1,000 and I want a 10% growth, I just want to show you some numbers. Okay, $1,000 at 10% growth. You notice that at 10 pips, I have a 1.0 lot size. So, and in your demo account, you should be doing this as well. So, and I've seen people use a 1.0 lot size and don't have $1,000 in their account. But you just want to make sure that's what you're doing, because that's why we're showing you this today. Because you shouldn't even be touching that right there if you don't have that. And then also on those indices, you need to grow your account before you start touching indices and metals and things like that. You have to grow your account. You have to grow your account. So look at what you have to grow your account. So I definitely want you all, and I'm gonna leave it here because that's average, but I just wanted to show you. So look at the 0.5. I wanted to show you how much risk you're taking when you increase your lot size and your growth percentage to that. So when do I actually get at a 5%? We're not focused on pips. We're focused on the percentage. But yes, you can start this. And just like I mentioned, instead of going for 10 pips, you can start at 5 pips. You can definitely start. You can do 3 pips. So, but understand that if I go for 5, then what you have to do is that's 2 trades. That's 2 trades. So that means it's going to take me 2 trades. That means it would take me 2 trades to get to that point. So that's why this is showing you at 10, because of what we teach. It started at 10, but you do not want to increase until your account balance is here. So even if you hit a stop loss, let's say you're growing, and I hit a stop loss, because these are positive trades. But if I get a stop loss, if you get a stop loss, then what's going to happen is you want to make sure you're looking at what your account balance is. You want to definitely make sure you look at what your account balance is. You have to change it. This chart is based on your personality, and you have to adjust it. So if you have your leverage based on that, then you need to adjust your percentage. You need to adjust your percentage to 3%, to 2%. You have to adjust your percentage to that. You definitely have to adjust your percentage. So just wanted to show you at the 5%. Okay, after 125, after 100.
Ms. Dyer. Ms. Dyer, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to just kind of reiterate something. The purpose of this sheet is a general sheet, and as the individual, you're going to be able to make the necessary adjustments based on what you want to accomplish. But for the sake of understanding, we want to stay focused, because the way we are teaching this for a new individual, we want to focus on 10 pips, because that's what the 15-minute time frame focuses on. You're going to be able to customize your personal endeavors based on what, from a general standpoint, what we want you to be able to take away from this conversation tonight is, if you maximize the skill and follow this plan, you're going to be able to make the necessary adjustments based on what your ultimate outcome is. So I want us to stay focused on what the general concept is. And once you understand that, then you'll be empowered to make the necessary adjustments. So let's stay focused on the understanding of the sheet. And as you become more acclimated to it, then you'll make the necessary adjustments for your own personal household.
So after 125 trades, you actually have over $445,000. So this is, so, and you actually can do this. And when I say 125 trades, but let me point something out to you. I want to point something out to you. You see, I have this based on swing trading, scalping, intraday trading. So swing trading, intraday, and scalping. But you notice that it's not about me. It's not about, okay, I need to grab 100 pips in a trade, right? So what you see is that when I get to this account balance, it's the same account balance across the board, no matter what my style of trading is. It's the same account balance, no matter what my style of trading is. So don't get overexcited because this morning we did 50 pips on one currency. Don't get overexcited on that. Now, when that happens, that's wonderful. But your 10 pips and cash out, you can do phenomenally well. You don't have to sit in front of the computer all day. You can literally do 2 or 3 trades a day and grow your account. What I'm sharing with you is 125 positive trades. That's what this is. This is 125 positive trades. And you've made more than you did at work. Should I have a separate chart for this chart? This is the chart. I mean, this is the spreadsheet. It's giving you that, it's giving you what you need. So you don't need a separate chart. It's all right here. So if I'm doing my scalping, if I'm doing my intraday, if I'm doing my swing trading, no matter what your style is, you have to adjust your lot size based on that. So I do want to show you, let me share something else with you. Let me pull it up, change my share. But if everybody, that should change your life. And if you see the value in that, if you see the value in what was just shared with you, if you see the value and you're ready to accept the challenge to be your own bank, let me get that 555 in the chat. I want to get a 555 in the chat because that's the value and that's what's going to actually shift the dynamics and change your life. That is what should keep you to where, you know what, let me stay focused on the skill set. Let me stay focused on understanding where I'm going. And let me stay focused, because when you are so focused for your job, but I want you to focus on yourself. This is when you commit to you. Now, this is what those lot size mean. This is what those lot size mean. And so I'll post this as well, but this is that per pip. So this is literally what you are trading per pip. So at a 0.01, it's 10 cents a pip. So understand, so even if no matter what I'm trading, so when the movement is a 0.01 lot size, it's not, yes, we need to know which currency is stronger. Yes, we need to know because we buy and sell at the same time. I buy and I sell at the same time. If my base currency, which is the first currency, is stronger, then I buy. If my counter currency is stronger, then I sell. That's why things that's happening in the news so much right now, like Brexit, affects it, because everything that's happening over there that makes the GBP stronger or weaker, stronger or weaker. The news is going up, it's stronger. The news is going down. You know, they're not gonna vote, then it's weaker, right there. And this has been going on all week because the vote was Saturday and they've been voting every day. It's been something in the news every day about Brexit. So that's why the GBP pairs fluctuate so much right now. And so when you look at this, you see your lot size and per pip. But because I'm not concerned with how much value is in the currency, I'm concerned with the two, that I'm comparing who's stronger and who's weaker. That's where your focus needs to be. And then you take your lot size. So yes, I did 10 pips, but now we just went over what each pip was, right? How many pips I wanted and what my lot size should be. So if my start at, no matter where your account starts, so if I start at 0.03 lot size, I'm doing 30 cents a pip. If I start at a 0.10, I'm doing $1 a pip. So understand that. So when you increase to 1.0, I'm at $10 a pip. So you want to make sure that you understand, and this is how you apply your proper risk management. And there's something else I want to show you because I think this is so important. Make sure I'm pulling up the right thing. Now, this is important too. I told you, you got to have a relationship with the market, and you have to understand how the market moves. So if I'm looking at a GBP JPY, and I'm also looking at a USD JPY, you notice both of these are paired with a JPY, but one is USD and one is GBP. But what I want to show you is that based on the currency, right? Because it was asked of me, okay, what about my risk management? Okay, what about my risk management? Because what we know is my stop loss goes above the PSAR. My stop loss goes for a sale, it goes above the PSAR. Now, this is USD JPY. Now, what we saw on the chart was about a 10 to 15, 10 pips, about a 10 to 15 pip stop loss. So what do I notice on this one? If I go to that line, I'm not even at 5 pips. I don't even touch 5 pips for my stop loss. So you're in a much better position for your risk management. You are in a much better position for your risk management. And then what did I was able to obtain? This actually moved a total of 14 pips. So you can definitely grab your 10 pips and cash out. You could have grabbed your 10 pips. As long as your pip reaction time is on point. As long as you enter that market, you always want to make sure you enter the market execution. As soon as you see the setup, then go back and modify for your take profit and stop loss. Your take profit is 10 pips from your entry point, or you can actually do 10 pips from the top of the candle. If you feel like your pip reaction time is slow, you can do it from the top of the candle. I can look at this call price and I can do my 10 pips from here. So my 10 pips will be at a 0.50, 108.50 instead of doing 10 pips from your entry point. That's you make that decision because everybody trades different. Everybody's pip reaction time is different. That pip reaction time is the time it takes you to get into the market. Now, but you notice I got less than 5 pips on my stop loss. Remember, this is JPY is a strong currency for this sale, but it's paired with USD. Now, when I come over here to GBP, okay, which a lot of people like to trade because GBP will make you some money, my stop loss is at 27, almost 28. So you understand that it's going to be more with GBP. And I'm putting that out there up front. I'm letting you know because that means if I hit my stop loss, that's 30 pips that it went back. So, but look at the potential that you can gain. Look at how many pips that went down. That's 62 pips. So it's like it's double. There are more pips involved with GBP movement. There's a lot more movement, a lot more volatility in the market, which means more money. So there's a lot more. So you understand you have a potential for greater gain, but at the same time, I want you to understand when you do a GBP pair that your stop loss is going to be higher. It's going to be more pips. And so this is where you make that decision in the market, your relationship in the market. Do you want to trade this currency pair? And that's GBP. So when we're talking about Brexit happening, because we took a trade, the market's been selling because of what's happening, but it had a glimpse of hope. And you see it spiked up and then it dropped back down because it was just a glimpse of hope. And then now it's back in that steady decline. So when you're trading GBP, is that something that is that a risk that you want to take? Because everything is about proper risk management. You always consider your risk, and then from there you get your bigger reward. and not vice versa, because most of the time when we're trading for my reward and not calculating my risk. You have to calculate your risk and you end up with greater reward. So go back to, now, do we have any questions? I covered a lot of information. So we got a few minutes. And before I dive into anything else, I want to make sure I don't have any questions. Because I would definitely go back, answer a question on this spreadsheet, and I will show you, oh, you're so welcome. I will show you all the actual strategy on how to trade the BYOB cash out. Because if I have anybody, if this is your first time, the spreadsheet is going to be, I'm going to change the spreadsheet in the Facebook group after the call. So between tonight and in the morning, you'll have this loaded. It will definitely be in the Facebook group under files, and I'll keep it under files. So is there any questions? So let me share with you all the strategy. If it's your first time on a call, let me get a 111 in the chat. First time on a call, let me get a 111 in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the call. So I welcome each and every last one of you guys. So I'll definitely want to make sure that you all understand what the BYOB cash out is. So what the BYOB cash out is, cash outs. So what the BYOB cash out, if you noticed on that spreadsheet, I talked about always starting with the stochastic first. So the BYOB cash out is 3 simple indicators that are used. I use the stochastic because it measures momentum. I use the Hikinashi candles because they account for trend. And we use the PSAR because it's stop a reversal, which is shows reversal in the market, which is also like a support and resistance line that moves with the trade. It moves with the currency. So first thing first, whether I type one in here or I get a trade from the web analyzer, understand the web analyzer actually scans the market. The web analyzer scans, yes.
But before you go into the strategy itself, I think it'll be very beneficial if you could possibly show that same demonstration, what you just did regarding the pip risk management for those who have been following us on a US 30 trade. So that even when we are sending those trades out, based on what you just shared with the difference between USD and the JPY, and
Yeah.
if you could demonstrate that same, so individuals will know what, when we send out those US 30 calls, what the risk reward really looks like based on that same demonstration, particularly for those who caught that when we made the US 30 call today. And of course, all 3 did hit TP 1, 2, and 3, but I want people to be completely aware. So as they are growing and multiplying their accounts, there is a specific time when they need to venture into participating in the US 30.
Okay, so yeah, definitely. So this is the actual US 30. And actually this is the markup from this morning. So you notice that I know take profit 3 was somewhere up here, so I'm gonna just drop it up here. I know it hit, and then after it hit, it began to turn around. The market turned around after it hit. So just to kind of share with you. So this is where this trade activated and it pulled back some, and then it pushed up. So this is literally this morning's trade. Now, what you see here, now this is indices. Now I'm going to tell you, if you are going to take these trades, that's another part of your risk management, that you want to account for, because you got take profit 1, take profit 2. So even here at take profit 2, before it hit take profit 2, you had some pullback. Now, from where to trade, because it was a buy stop, a buy limit. So you look at it and you see this is a 58 point, 56, it's about, let me just say 55 for the sake of rounding it. So about a 55 point pullback. So understand that when you're trading indices, because I see some of the comments, when you're trading indices, that the indices, they move a lot faster. There's a lot more volatility, a lot more movement in there. And it's the same thing with gold. So if you see this, this is 55 points between here. And if I had to, now understand, we do not discuss this in pips, but if I had to equate it to a pip, because we use the same ruler, on the left side is the indice count, the point count, on the right side is the pip count. They're not going to change the ruler based on what you're measuring. So you have to know what side to look at. But if I wanted to equate this to make it comparable to what we were just looking at, we just looked at 15. We looked at 15. We looked at 28. We looked at less than 5, and then we looked at about 20 something. So now you're talking about 562. So you want to, that's why when it's recommended that you cushion your account, or you have a minimum, I didn't say 1,000, I said a minimum of $1,000 in your account before you start taking these types of trades. So because that was its pullback. Now you notice that it doesn't go outside of the PSAR. Even this, before it hit take profit 3, you see it actually pulled back, and it pulled back to your entry point before. So it's like it popped up and then it pulled back. I know it pulled back and popped up and then pulled back down, because I remember, because I was in it. And then it actually is now in a decline based on the fundamentals of what's happening. So this is why you see so much fluctuation in your account. This is exactly why you have so much fluctuation in your account when you are actually looking at this. So you definitely want to take that into consideration with your risk management. So if your account balance and you're growing it and it's not cushioned, you definitely don't. And that's the same thing. It's going to go for the same thing. So if I look at my new share, right? If my account balance is, you notice that at $1,000, but if I'm starting with $300, you notice it's at a 0.02. Now, what am I doing with that on the indice? So what you want to do is, and that's why I recommend scalping it. Yes, you can take the trades that are called, but you have, anytime, no matter who's calling a trade, you have to make sure it's in alignment. It's in alignment with your risk management. So if your risk management, if your account is not there, that pullback can knock you out of the trade, and then everybody else is, I'm in profit. So you want to make sure you have that account, or that's why when I say scalp it, 5-minute chart, every time this flips, you're going to get 10 points. And you notice that, you see that's 17 now. That's a 17-point difference. Of course, if I had to, and I do not promote indices in pips, but if I had to make it comparable, that's 175. But it's 17 points. So I can handle a 17-point swing, grab 10 points and get out the market on a scalp. This flipped, just in this flip right here, and this flip alone, that just happened live in the market, I'm already at 20 points. So I know I can do that, handle that flip on the scalping side, and just keep scalping the indices, scalping the gold, scalping the US 30, scalping the S&P 500, just scalping. You can definitely do that. The PSAR is, remember these 3 indicators, I'm going back to that now. The PSAR is a support and resistance. That is what it is. So you're dead on when you're beginning to notice that this PSAR is in alignment. When it flips, it's around a support and resistance line. So it's like a support and resistance line is moving with the trade. So that's what it is. So now, once again, just to kind of recap, to make sure all my one-on-ones understand the strategy, I have my stochastic, my blue line cross over the red and the downward momentum. I have my red candles. So, I was telling you what the indicators was. That's where we were at. So what I always look at first is my stochastic. I got 3 indicators. Stochastic is always first. Blue line cross over the red, downward momentum. red candle for a sell, green candle for a buy. Green candles flat bottom, red candles flat top. Because my stochastic told me that I'm looking for a sell, I know I'm looking for a red candle. Red candle with a flat top, PSAR flip. That's what I have right here. Now what I want to do is, now this has been, I want to make this clear. This is back tested at 92%. So you can stop right here. But I want to add the confirming the trade. So 92% of the time, you will accurately execute this trade. But if you do it from this point, I want to make sure you understand your pip reaction time. If you do not do time frame confluence, make sure you understand your pip reaction time. So you can literally do your 10 pips starting at the base of the candle. And because sometimes I've seen you all, you might not get in a trade till down here. You might not get in a trade till down here. So and that's not what you want. You want to get in a trade as soon as possible. So if you're not doing time frame confluence, your market execution, then your 10 pips need to account from this point, because your pip reaction time, and you don't know how far the market is going to move. So in this case, 14, this move was 14. If I got in way down here, I'm not going to get 10 pips from there. So just take that into consideration. But what time frame confluence is to confirm this trade, I drop down to the 5-minute chart from the 15, and I need to be in a sell. This needs to be in a sell. On the 5-minute chart, you notice that it needs to still be in a sell, because the 5-minute feeds into the 15, right? 5-minute feeds into the 15. Now, the 15-minute chart feeds into the 30, which feeds into the hour. So I'm looking at my next time frame that I check is the hour. I have absolutely no expectancy for my hour to be in perfect alignment. I don't. But I need it to look like it's going into a sale with everything lining up. That's what I need it to look like, because it's getting fed into, it hasn't happened yet. But so when I look at it, where you see this arrow, I put the arrow so we all look at the same thing on every time frame, the same spot, because this has already happened. So you see I have that downward momentum. It's turning into a sell. It was a buy, and now it's turning into a sell. My stochastic is selling. It's not lined up, remember, but I see indications of selling. So that tells me at this point, the swing of the market is in a sell. That's what time frame confluence is. So I know I can go grab my 10 pips and cash out. That's what that is. So, and you do the exact same thing for a buy. Now, before we close this call, but not close, before I transition this call, do I have any questions? I got enough for maybe 1 or 2 questions before I transition this call. There's a lot of information given tonight, but I do have a question for everybody. Yes, that was a sale. But that's already happened. We're not actively taking a call right now, just to be clear. So that's already happened. It's actually still in the sale right now, but that's already happened. Tonight was just to show you a valid sale. That was just to show you what a valid sale looked like. Because if we were looking at it, this is real time. So I looked at the 1 hour specifically. So my take profit is 10 pips. My stop loss is above the PSAR, and that is the BYOB cash out with time frame confluence. So there are actually 2 videos loaded and trading the BYOB cash out. The first one is the BYOB cash out, and then I have another video that's about 5 or 6 minutes that is the BYOB cash out with time frame confluence, and you can go back and watch that. But I have a question for everybody on this call. Are you ready to accept the challenge to be your own bank? If you're ready to accept the challenge to be your own bank, let me get a 555 in the chat. Let me get a 555 in the chat. Let me get a 555. Today is day one. That means the BYOB challenge, we are definitely compounding. We are going to do this, and we are definitely compounding. So BYOB challenge, BYOB challenge, BYOB challenge, BYOB challenge. So compounding. And so at the end of the month, I need everybody to be posting up. I need everybody to be sharing. I need everybody to be in that Telegram on Facebook that you are your own bank. You are your own